Hi, I'm Erica from Scout Digital Training, where our mission is to help you be prepared to do your best online. So whether you're a marketer, whether you own and run your own business, or whether you're a freelancer or consultant, we explore all aspects of digital marketing and particularly analytics to bring you tips on how you can better understand your audience, manage your social media and online channels, and really interpret the data and the analytics to get the most out of the multitude of information that they bring you. So today specifically, I'm going to be going through how to turn on Google Analytics' new cross-device tracking. It's really new and has started rolling out across Google accounts in the last couple of months. Now, this is a really exciting update for Google Analytics. What it means is for users who have logged into Google accounts across multiple devices and have opted to share that information, it's not personally identifiable information, it means that now within Google Analytics, we're going to be able to see where the same user might switch between their smartphone to their website, back to their smartphone or off to their tablet, and trace those different sessions back to the one individual. What's really exciting about this is previously where we've actually, and within Google Analytics reports, where it refers to users and we count users that come to our website, what we're actually tracking is devices. So each time a smartphone or a computer visits your website and your Google Analytics tag is triggered and starts running the Google Analytics code that allows you to track their visits, what we're doing is actually tracking only what is occurring from that one person's device. And we're calling it a user, but as I mentioned, I may start off browsing a website on my phone and then come back and visit it later on my desktop computer. And traditionally, that would actually record as two separate sessions from two separate users with separate IDs in Google Analytics. Now, we're going to be able to piece those two together, which is really exciting and will give us a better understanding of how people are actually using our site. This will be of particular interest to anybody who is tracking conversions. So whether it's actual e-commerce transactions on your website, or even if you're just tracking online inquiries, which you should be, this is going to allow you to better understand how people are actually engaging with your site up until the point of making that purchase or making that inquiry or triggering one of your other goals and conversions. Particularly if you have a longer sales cycle or research process that goes into people making that contact or making that purchase from you. So we will jump over into one of my Google Analytics accounts and I can show you how we can actually set this up. Okay, so we're in one of my Google Analytics accounts and you'll be able to see if this is available to you by this blue banner at the top that says introducing Google Signals, which is still in beta, and unlock new cross-device capabilities and more. So what we want to do is click on this to get started. And as you see here, what we're doing is actually activating Google Signals. So this is tapping into the wealth of information that Google has through its other products. There's a couple of other reports within Google Analytics, particularly in the audience section, that also marries up visitor behaviour with Google product tracking, particularly from advertising. And this is another one of those. So advertising features are being enhanced to help you better understand your customers across devices using Google's signed in data. So these are people who have signed in on multiple devices, though we don't have access to their personally identifiable data. It's simply making that connection between the different devices that they use, which they may use on our website. So it involves the cross-device capabilities, more insights using Google data, and all existing advertising features. So you can click on that link to find out more about Google Signals, or you can click on continue. Again, we've got some more information here about activating Google Signals and what it actually involves. So as it says here, when you choose to activate Google Signals, Google Analytics will associate the visitation information it collects from your site and or apps with Google information from accounts of signed in users who have consented to this association for the purpose of ads personalization, etc, etc, etc. So you can choose here to activate for all properties within your account or specific properties. Personally, I think this is a fantastic feature that is available And if you do run multiple properties from the same account, this is certainly a much easier way of activating it. So I would leave it on the all properties by default. You can also choose to review your data sharing settings. So I personally opt to enable data sharing to help improve Google's products and services. Again, this doesn't share any of my personally identifiable information, but allows data from my websites to be used in benchmarking reports and those types of things. And as a Google product user, I personally am committed to improving Google's products because they benefit me and my clients and my students, but you may choose to review your data sharing settings or make that change there. If you decide later you will go back to your Google Analytics interface, what we're actually here to do today is activate it. So I'm going to click activate. I've activated Google Signals. There's a guide here about getting started with Google Signals, which I would recommend reading. So you can open that up. That's actually available and the link is included with this video. If you prefer to read more about Google Signals before committing to it, you can read that information there. And you can see now that within the admin section of my property, this is actually turned on now. And I can click save. Success. So like any of these new features in Google Analytics, it will take some time for that new data to start trickling into your reports. It's not going to appear immediately. So do check back once you've activated that, check back in the coming days and in the coming weeks to see what that report looks like. And I'll be bringing you another video showing what this information is actually going to look like and how we can use it in our reports as well. So again, if you've got any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I do encourage you to activate Google Signals as soon as you see that blue banner available, and keep a lookout for the new reports and information that it's going to be able to offer. So that's all for now. I look forward to catching up with you next time. Bye.